Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna make my wife's favorite dinner tonight. It's a creamy pesto sauce with pasta and chicken. So I had some frozen chicken, got some milk, some Parmesan cheese, your favorite kind of pasta, a bunch of basil, some pine nuts, a little butter, gonna need a little bit of flour as well. And it's actually gonna be making two sauces. I'm gonna make a pesto sauce and a Alfredo sauce and combine them to make the creamy pesto. So let's get right to it. We'll start by defrosting the chicken, so because we have chicken in it. We'll defrost the chicken, warm the milk, and get the sauces going. We're gonna start by getting some water going. I just got some water, I added some olive oil and a good pinch of salt, and we're just gonna wait and let that get to a boil. So I'm gonna show you how quick and easy it is to make a pesto sauce. Everybody thinks this is a daunting task, but it's really easy to do. You add a cup of pine nuts and a large handful, I'd say a cup and a half of fresh basil leaves. So there, have a cup and a half of basil, loose packed, and a cup of pine nuts. Just going to turn this on. And while it's grinding, I'm going to drizzle in about a cup of olive oil. Just want to scrape this down so all the pine nuts get into the sauce. Yeah, you just add a little salt and a little pepper. Just a pinch. And a few cracks of black pepper. A couple of pulses to combine. And that's a pesto sauce. You would just mix that or toss that with your pasta. Let me show it to you. There you go. There's the pesto. You could also add a little Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese to this, and that would make it a little saltier and give it more of a nutty flavor. For the Alfredo sauce portion of this, we'll add 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that melt, and we'll add 2 tablespoons of flour to that to make a roux. As soon as your butter is melted, we'll add 2 tablespoons of flour to the butter and mix it to make a roux. Need a little more flour. You want this to be about the consistency of peanut butter. Just like that. I want to let this cook just for a minute without browning. Now that we've let this cook for a minute, we're going to add half the milk and whip it in. It'll get really thick really fast like that. We'll add the balance of the milk, continuing to whip quickly. Now we'll get a spoon and go around the edge of the pan to pull out any undissolved roux and put it back in the middle of the pan, and we'll just continue to whip, whipping out all the lumps. Now it's starting to come to a boil. We'll add a pinch of salt. If we were just making a straight Alfredo sauce, we would add white pepper, but since I'm going to be adding the pesto to it, I added a little bit of black pepper. Lower this down to low. Add a drop of Tabasco or your favorite sauce, just as some flavor. Whip it up. I'm going to grate in quite a bit of this Parmigiano. It's fresh, so I'm going to grate in about 2 ounces of fresh Parmesan cheese. That's 2 ounces by weight. As you can see, that's quite a large pile of Parmesan. And we'll whip that in until it melts. And the water for the pasta has come to a boil. Now the water's come to a boil, so I'm going to add the pasta to the water. Give it a good stir. Now this is barely simmering. We're going to add this lovely pesto that we made earlier right to the Alfredo sauce. So we're making this a creamy pesto, as I said before. So I've showed you how to make an Alfredo sauce and a pesto sauce in this recipe. Now they both can be served by themselves. You can just add a fettuccine to do the pesto. A fettuccine to do the Alfredo and do fettuccine Alfredo. Or you could add some penne or some reggaeton with the pesto. There you go, there's a creamy pesto. Let me give it a taste. You can see it's nice and thick. Has that nice creamy flavor, but you taste the pesto in there as well. I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese, just instead of salt, because the Parmesan is quite salty. Add about another ½ an ounce, so we're looking about 2½ ounces total. And that makes it quite good. Now for the chicken breast, I'm going to dredge them in some flour. I'm going to put some salt, pepper, and garlic in that. I have that already pre-mixed. So I'll add some salt, pepper, and garlic. This is mixed evenly, 1 part salt, 1 part pepper, 1 part garlic. Get the chicken, which the chicken breast I already cut into portions. I do this before I freeze it, so when I can defrost it, I can quickly and easily make a meal. I'm just going to dredge it in flour like this, and then saute it quickly. Now I'm going to saute that quickly in olive oil. This is not extra virgin, this is just regular olive oil. Yeah, I made a noise. I'm going to do this over high heat. So I'm quickly dredging them in the flour and then placing them in the pan. Now I'm not calling this one a quick and easy meal, but I am only at the 17-minute mark from the time I started cooking. I have the sauce done, the chicken cooking, the pasta cooking, all in 17 minutes. So I'm going to cover this chicken and let it cook for about 3 or 4 minutes per side till it's completely cooked through. So the pasta has been cooked for about 8 minutes. It's tender now. You can, to the bite, meaning when you bite it, you feel a little bit of firmness in the pasta, so I'm going to strain that right now. Very important, do not rinse your pasta. I just strain it and put it back in the pan, add some olive oil, and mix it up. And it's ready to start assembling this dish. I do have some green beans I'm going to saute as well. Keep going. Add some salt. A good crack of black pepper. I add about a tablespoon of pre-chopped garlic. So it's going to saute those a little bit. And the chicken's just about done. So we're going to flip the chicken one more time. Let it finish cooking just for another minute. All right, they're perfect. Now, the most important part of this dish is assembly. Now, if you just pour the sauce over the pasta, it'll be good, but not as good as if you get a saute pan, pour a little sauce in the saute pan, add a couple scoops of pasta to it, give it a good toss, get your chicken, put your chicken in there, add a drop of sauce to your chicken, a little parm over the top of everything. Give it another good toss. And then plate. So now we're going to plate. What you want to do is you want to get that piece of chicken and put it on top. Add a few of these green beans. And there you go, guys. Creamy chicken with creamy pesto. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you please. God bless. Have a great night.